Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way. I do apologise for having quite a long absence from the channel over Christmas. The last time you saw me, of course, was the Christmas special episode we released just before Christmas. So I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, I've just had a nice time over the past week or so to relax with my family, spend some time away from football, enjoy the football without obviously making content on here. But normal service will resume after the new year, so you can expect a Tottenham reaction from me after the game on Sunday, most likely. And then fingers crossed, normal service should resume. I think we've got Leicester in the FA Cup after we play Tottenham on Saturday. So normal service should resume for that game. And of course, follow us on social media as well, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And you can keep up to date with all the latest Watford news on there, even if we aren't uploading here on YouTube. But as I said, normal service will be resuming soon. So we're here today to talk about the West Ham game a little bit. I'll just give you my thoughts on that. And we'll look ahead to Tottenham as well. As I said, the last Premier League game before the FA Cup third round, which, of course, I know a lot of Watford fans want to get knocked out of that as soon as possible. I'm kind of a little bit indifferent to it. I love the FA Cup. I love the cup run we went on a few years ago, back in 2019, wasn't it? Seems like a long, long time ago now. Obviously, in the final, we got absolutely smashed. But, it's a great day out. And, obviously, the whole cup run, beating Crystal Palace, beating Wolves, it was just fantastic. So look, I don't want us to not be in the cup. Of course, I want us to be in every competition and go as far as possible. But I think for this season, just looking at the issues we've got defensively, with COVID, just the squad in general, I don't think the FA Cup should necessarily be our priority this season. So, if we put a second string team out in that game, I'm not going to be too disappointed. Let's see who's in chat. I can't pronounce your name, but thank you very much for watching. Adam's here. Hi, Adam. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you have a lovely Christmas, and obviously I wish you a happy New Year as well. Score predictions for the game. I'll talk about that in just a second. Jesus says, wait, when is the game? The game is on Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff here in the UK. So obviously, Jesus, you're out in California, so probably another early start for you. And Daniel Atkins says he's currently watching Forest versus Huddersfield. Philip Zinkernagel is playing. A lot of talk about Philip Zinkernagel, whether he's going to be returning to the club in January or not. But I'll talk about West Ham very briefly. I was at the game. It was very, very disappointing. Obviously, Emmanuel Dennis scored a fantastic first goal. The skill to sit Craig Dawson down was great to see. Top corner, great finish. 4 minutes in, very, very happy with the start to the game. After that, obviously, it went downhill very, very quickly. West Ham scoring 2 quick-fire goals. Daniel Batman then gave away the penalty in the second half. Adam Messina didn't help himself in that situation either. And then, they scored the fourth goal. Obviously, game over at that point anyway. Very, very disappointing. I think the thing for me with Watford is our attack is Premier League quality. There's no doubt about that. They've got a Premier League attack, Championship defence. It's really... it's just not good enough. Now, obviously, over Christmas, there has been a few games. Obviously, a few games got suspended as well. I've tried not to stress myself out too much about it. You can probably see I'm a lot more relaxed than I usually am. Because I think it's important to not let football stress you out too much. But I think there needs to be a discussion about the Potsos, Gino, Scott Duxbury, for the lack of investment, the lack of focus on our defensive recruitment. And, the defence we've got at the moment is not good enough to stay in the Premier League. You look at other teams around us, yes, we're still not in the relegation zone. Norwich are definitely going down. I think that's obvious to everyone. And then you've got that little battle between, you've got us, you've got Burnley, you've got Newcastle. Newcastle I'm worried about because they've got the money to spend in January. I've seen they're after Ousmane Dembele, they're after Kieran Trippier. So Newcastle, Sven Botman as well from Ajax. They are going to improve Newcastle. Leeds are probably going to improve as well. And Watford need to start picking up points. So, looking ahead to this Tottenham game, I'm very worried because Harry Kane was in poor form. I think he scored 3 goals in his last 3 games. Son's on form. Lucas Moura's, coming into form now as well. So yeah, I'm very, very concerned. I think the thing for me is, AFCON is a big concern. Imran Louza, Adam Messina, Emmanuel Dennis, of course, all going off to AFCON. Big misses, in my opinion. Imran Louza, especially when he come on against West Ham, you could see the quality that he possesses. So yeah, it's very, very concerning times for Watford. I expect we will bring some people in January. Where they're going to play, we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, there'll be some defensive reinforcements. Obviously, we've had the links to Kolasinac, which I'm not happy about at all. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting January transfer window. Looking at the Premier League table now, I'll just get it up in front of me here. So Tottenham currently sitting in 6th position on 30 points. They've won 3 of their last 5 games, drawing 2. Watford have lost our last 5 games in a row. Joint with Norwich in terms of the worst form in the Premier League. But currently, we are out of the relegation zone by 2 points ahead of Burnley. Burnley do have a couple of games in hand. Obviously, they had a lot of postponements as well. Our game against Burnley was postponed. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting game against Tottenham. The last game, we've got Emmanuel Dennis in the squad ahead of AFCON. Same with Louza, same with Messina. So, yeah, I'm very, very worried. A little bit of good news to bring you as well. Well, I don't say good news. I don't wish injury upon any players. But, looking at the Tottenham camp, Lo Celso is back in contention for this game, but Steven Bergwijn, Ryan Sessegnon and Christian Romero all remain out for Tottenham's game against us. So a few injury issues for Spurs, but as I said, their attacking players are suddenly back in form just before they play Watford. And yeah, I'm just concerned because it doesn't get any easier from here. I expected a better performance than that against West Ham. Yes, obviously you can argue we hadn't played for quite a while because of the postponements due to COVID, due to not having enough players available. But I expected a lot better than that. So I really hope for an improved performance against Tottenham. I hope for a better atmosphere inside Vicarage Road. Not a lot of people there, to be honest. I don't know if any of you guys watching, I don't know if Adam or Daniel, you go to the games, but a lot of empty seats. As soon as West Ham got that equalising goal, a lot of disgruntled people around me. So yeah, the atmosphere wasn't great. Of course, we're not playing well, which doesn't help. But I think the fans, need to get behind the players because ultimately. Ultimately, it's not the players' fault that we're in this position. Yes, of course, we need them to play better. We need them to be a more cohesive team. But it's down to the recruitment from the board. So all your negative energy, if you do have that energy, needs to be targeted at the recruitment. Cristiano Gioretta, the sporting director, Gino Pozzo, Scott Duxbury. Those are the people you need to be voicing your anger towards. Miller, welcome to the stream. Hi, James. Bigger picture for Watford. I'm scared because of AFCON playing Newcastle and Norwich. We have to play, of course, with our players out at AFCON. Obviously, Sarr would have been going out to Senegal, but he's injured, so we're not sure when Sarr's going to be returning either. Looks like it might be the end of January, early February. Hopefully, it's a little bit sooner than that. But yeah, I'm worried. I'm so worried. Yeah, it's a difficult situation to be in. I want to back these players. I want them to play well. Of course, we need to call out when performances aren't there. Troost-Ekong, yes, he's been poor this season, but ultimately he's still a human being. We need to consider that when we do criticise these players. Yes, criticise their performances, but don't target them personally. So yeah, I'm very, very concerned. I think for me, you know, under Antonio Conte, Spurs defensively have looked a lot more solid as well. For me, you have to consider as well, you know, does Emmanuel Dennis really want to risk himself getting injured just before the AFCON? You know, if he starts this game against Tottenham, is he really going to give 100%? Or is he going to give that little bit less, you know, just because he doesn't want to get injured ahead of obviously going out to the tournament with Nigeria? I think that's another consideration for me. We don't know what Watford players have tested positive for COVID. We don't know what the injury update is because Watford have yet to release that. I've already read Tottenham's out, but we're a little bit in the dark ahead of the game, really, what the team selection is going to be. I don't know if you noticed ahead of the West Ham game, we had a couple of academy players on the bench. We had Conte, who I've never heard of. I'm not even sure what position he plays. He's 19 years old, and he was listed on the bench. James Morris, the young left back, was also listed on the bench, along with Vincente Angelini, the young Scottish goalkeeper. So we are very, very short in terms of in terms of players available. And then, as we've said, you know, you consider the players going out to AFCON, we are going to be very, very short. Now, I would usually give my predicted starting 11. I can't actually do that because I have no idea. I have no idea what the starting 11 is going to be. You know, if we look at the team that played against West Ham, Daniel Batman didn't cover himself in much glory. Alan Messina didn't cover himself in much glory. Thought Kiko was poor. Really happy to see Sirielta back, actually. I thought he had a good game. Obviously, we still conceded 4 goals, so, you know, I expect better. But to have Sirielta back was, of course, a real positive for me, at least. The midfield looks very disjointed. I think Kuchka looks completely out of his depth. He's too slow for Premier League football. He's not agile enough. Musa Sissoko is great, but he can't boss the midfield on his own. Tom Cleverley seems to be out with an injury at the moment, which is a big miss for us. You know, his leadership, but I think his tenacity as well. We miss in that midfield area. And Imran Louza was on the bench. You know, surprised to not see Louza start. Then the front three was Cucho, Joshua King, and Emmanuel Dennis, which I was happy with. But actually, I'd probably prefer to see João Pedro start on that right-hand side against Tottenham. So let me know what your preferred 11 would be in the chat. I'll obviously give you my score prediction ahead of the game now. I tend to be really, really positive, but my positivity is slowly being drained away from me, unfortunately. I hope we can get a draw. I think a draw is kind of the best we can hope for. You know, get to half-time 0-0, and then kind of go from there, you know, play in 5-minute segments and try to shut out Tottenham till the end of the game. I think that's very unlikely considering we've not kept any clean sheets this season. But yeah, optimistically, I'll go with 1-1. Realistically, I can only see a Tottenham win. I think Tottenham are in good form at the moment. Not fantastic form. They're not scoring loads and loads of goals. They've drawn a couple of games. But, you know, arguably, they should be beating us with the players they've got. Obviously, Musa Sissoko, who plays for us, used to play for them. Same with Danny Rose. So hopefully that gives them 2 players an extra incentive. You know, if Rose and Sissoko play against Spurs, hopefully it literally spurs them on to play better. So yeah, 1-1 realistically, but in reality, it should be a Tottenham win. I'll go 3-0 Tottenham, but hopefully it will end in a draw and we can look ahead to the Leicester FA Cup game. Andrew, welcome to the stream. We're just finishing off now. And yeah, that is my score prediction for the game. So thank you very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. As I said at the beginning of the stream, normal service will resume soon. I'm just having a little break to spend time with my family and chill out over this weird period between Christmas and New Year, when you're never really sure what day it is. You're eating random food. I was eating like some chocolate orange I got left over earlier on my floor. So yeah, I've got a load of random food lying about. So yeah, just enjoy this period. Happy New Year if you are celebrating. Of course, New Year's Eve tomorrow, and Watford play New Year's Day, the 1st of January 2022. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe as well. That'd be much appreciated. And I'll catch you here hopefully on Sunday for my Tottenham match reaction. Happy New Year, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye bye.